ברוכים הבאים, welcome to another Real Talk, and this time I have my friend, Joanna Tessler.
That's right.
I'm so excited you're here. It's like a dream come
Oh,
true.
God. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
I'm honored. I'm so happy that you're my friend. And I'm inviting you to this podcast because I think there's so many things that I want people to hear from you and for them to be motivated by you, because I know how you motivated me. I became a real estate agent because of you. And I'm thinking in a way that I became a rabbi also because of your motivation. So I am thanking you for all of it.
That's powerful. Thank you.
You are powerful. So your name is Joanna.
That is true.
But it's not only Joanna. People know you as Joey.
Mm-hmm.
They know you as Jojo.
Mm-hmm.
They know you as anything else that I cannot think about.
My mom calls me Squirt.
Oh, well, I never heard that. So
I mean, I'm sitting here, so if I stand up, I'm 5 feet on a good day. So Squirt.
I never heard her tell you that. And in this Torah portion this week, because I always like to connect it to the Torah portion, it's Va'era. We started the book of Shemot, of Exodus. This is the second Torah portion. And in Va'era, right in the beginning, in the second verse, not in the first verse, it says that God is talking to Moses, and he says, Ushmi Adonai, and my name is Yud Hey Vav Hey. He's appearing to Moses, revealing his name. So I love to talk about Hebrew names because you have so many English names, but you also have a Hebrew name. So what is your Hebrew name?
So I was given a name from my great-grandfather, from my family, that was the name of my great-grandfather. I believe this is the story. He was Dove, or Dove, and I think just being American, they figured they would make it feminine and add an A, so I became Dova.
No, that's also in Israel. Lior for boy and Liora. That's usually works. You add the A for female.
It didn't really work, though, to my understanding, for Dove, because my Hebrew school teacher in when I was 2 or 3 was like, Dova is not a name for a girl or anyone. You're Dubi. So then I became Dubi.
Yeah, well, your Hebrew teacher, and with all the respect to Hebrew teachers, probably did not know gematria,
right?
Which is one of my favorite subjects, because you can't just change somebody's name just because it doesn't sound good to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is so important, and the value of your name is 8 when it's Dova. When you calculate the value of each letter and you sum it to one number, one digit, it's 8. And Dovi makes it 4. So it's literally cut your value in half.
Don't do it.
How dare? No.
Orly Alexander, if you're watching this.
But what I did, because when I got to know you, I said, your name should have been Dvash, which is honey in Hebrew. Although you are a teddy bear because you're full of love, but you're like honey. Everybody is attracted to you. You have so many friends, so many people that you know. Everybody knows you. And I thought that name sits perfectly on you. And I was calculating to see what will happen if I'm changing your name. Right after I told you, don't change your name. Don't let anybody. But if I would change your name to Dvash, your name now will be a 9 instead of an 8. So I'm actually...
You're enhancing me.
I'm enhancing you. You're going to be taller.
And that's my life number, a 9. You know how you do that with gematria?
Right.
At least Daphne, my cousin who you've met in Israel, I'm a 9.
I'm a 9 too.
Nikki's a 9.
So my name, Liora, is a 9. Your name, if it's Vash, it will be 9, but your name really is 8. And I wanted just to tell you how things are how they work. But when you sum your numbers, you get an 8, and 8 has actually the power to represent, of course, infinity. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that shape of 8, but also it represents miracles and represents new beginnings because it's beyond nature. Because our world was done in 7 days. God created everything in the 6 days. The 7th day he rested. So everything beyond the number 7 is beyond the natural realm of things. So you are beyond nature. You are, you tell people your height, but you're so big. You're bigger than life. And we're going to get to it to see how many things you're doing, which is so much. But the number 9 that I like to give you, 9 is the letter Tet. And letter Tet represents the word Tov. So, and you're doing so many good. So I also connect to that letter. And the letter 9 also is the value of the word truth, emet.
Emet.
And I know that when I want to hear the truth, and I call you so many times, and I will give you scenarios, and I would ask you for advice, because I know you would give me the truth and nothing but the truth. So
even if it's not what you want to hear.
Even if it's not what I want to hear. But yes. So
Thank you for that.
I value the 8 and the 9 in you.
And 8 and 9 together is 17, and 7 and 1 is 8.
You're getting it. I love it. You get it. That's perfect. So let's talk about, because there's so much that you do. What do you do?
Really? I mean, I'm not in agreement that I guess I'm always doing something. My neighbor Sandra, who is one of my dearest friends across the street, she says, you're always on the run. You're always, moving. And that is true. I guess I do a lot of things. I mean, first I'm a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister, and a friend, and a Jew.
Oh, I love that you added that.
Yeah.
At Yehudit. Yehudia.
Yehudia. I mean, professionally, I'm a real estate broker. I've been doing that since 2003 in New York City, and then moved home. My mother and her business partner, who's like another mother to me, been in business since I'm in 8th grade, like as PTA moms. Before everybody in Miami had a real estate license, they were like the original team. My sister joined them when she was in her early 20s. And then I joined them, I guess I was 30 when I came home after being in Israel and in college, Israel, away. Nikki and I moved around following Nikki to get her PhD and her doctorate, and those are the same things, but a lot of degrees. Came back home in 2004, got married, and I joined their team, their real estate team. So that's what I do to earn a living.
Right.
And it's sometimes fun and sometimes not.
Depends who the client
Depends who the client is. The clients I don't want to work with, I give to my sister. She's the best. Yeah, she and I are a very good team. We've been working more as a team in the more recent years. As Bonnie and Eileen, the two matriarchs, kind of started to phase out, we teamed up on not everything, but a lot, which is great. But that's not where I have my most fun.
So I'm going to have you pause.
Okay, pause.
No, just because you said so many things that, again, connect to this Torah portion magically. You talked about your sister. And in this Torah portion, Moses is asking God, because God is telling him he's the one to go in front of Pharaoh to let the people go from slavery. And he says, I can't even speak well. How are you sending me to do this job? And he said, don't worry about it. You have a brother, Aaron, and I'm sending Aaron to be with you. So he's going to be, actually, we read, Ve'aron achicha yeh nevi'echa. Navi is a prophet. So it's almost like he's going to know how to help you, right? Yes, he was a spokesperson, but it's more than that. It's like a prophet, which is so powerful.
Minyan.
So you also, like you're saying, your sister, you're giving her almost like the hard situations to deal with. And she's your older sister.
Yes.
Right? And I'm going to ask you how many years after I tell you that in this Torah portion, there is just in the middle, stuck in the middle, information about the ages, both of Moses and Aaron. It says, Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron was 83. And what is the age difference between you and Michelle?
Shalosh shanim.
No way.
3 years.
That's
3 years. And it's funny because the hard stuff, like I would say I am more of the spokesperson in our duo, and she's more of the, she speaks beautifully. I'm not saying she doesn't, but maybe if she wants me to help her write something.
I know.
Or, you know.
You're good at that.
That is one of my strengths, but I don't like the numbers. And she crunches spreadsheets and numbers and loves working on the comps and what the comparable sales are, what's coming up. You know, that's her strength, among others. So we have a really nice izun, if you will.
Izun. You're giving me so much Hebrew.
Yeah.
Balance.
Balance.
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful word, izun. And then there is a question, why is it important to know their ages, that he's 80 and he's 83? And it was also connecting with the fact you mentioned your mother and
Bonnie.
Eileen and Bonnie, her partner, that those are the people that were teaching you, right? You were learning from them and respectfully learning so much for you one day, hopefully to, you know, lead the way. And I think until recently it was that your mother was full force and maybe a little bit less now. And here they say that the reason why they mention the names is because when you come in front of Pharaoh, if you tell him your age, maybe he will respect them more, just like he, you know, the other Pharaoh before in the story of Joseph respected Jacob so much, and partly was his age. So yes, so that's another way that we're connecting.
It's really neat because when Michelle and I, my sister and I, we do business in this town. My mother and Bonnie both graduated from Beach High down the block here. They're really local natives, which is unusual in Miami to find local people. It's neat because people still say, "Oh, you're Bonnie's daughter, you're Eileen's daughter." I'm like, I'm really like, well, Bonnie's like a second mother to me. But yeah, I mean, they built a reputation in this town in the '80s before everybody else was peddling real estate. It was, you know, it was a different time, and they still have that respect and that reputation of being some of the most, you know, full of integrity, hardworking, trailblazing women. You know, it's neat. It's neat to follow in their footsteps.
It really is.
Yeah.
And your mother and Bonnie are amazing women. So this is how you make your living.
Yes.
Right? And also enjoy a little bit.
Yes, I do.
But you have so many other things that bring you joy, and through them you give joy to so many other people. So shall we start with
well,
with
this is funny.
One?
Yeah, we can start with this one.
Okay, let's start with...
I brought some of my hats because they like represent my
right,
life.
Because what do you mean?
Yeah.
You have so many hats.
And I'm usually wearing a hat.
You're literally the person who has so many hats.
This is true. What a metaphor.
And this one, I share with you because was that you skipping? I was so fortunate to be, I guess, with a job, but not full-time job, so in between, and had time to join you skipping on the beach on Tuesdays, and today is also Tuesday, Pa'amayim Kitov. Wow. That was our day for years, and now it's also our day. Did you notice that? And tell us about this amazing idea.
So it really was, things in my life really don't have, they happen organically. I didn't plan for this.
Just like this podcast.
Just like this podcast.
So organic.
Yeah. And one day I was, my wife had just recovered from breast cancer. She has a real job. Like a real working job, not flexibility like I have. So when she was going through her stuff, I stopped. I said, Michelle, to my sister, here's the business. Anything I have, I'm just holding down the home front. We had 2 young kids at the time. Ruthie and Kate were, I don't know, were they 7 and 10, 11 and 9? I don't remember. Maybe a little older.
No, a little bit older because
the bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah.
Yeah,
so she
Ruthie
was 11.
Ruthie was 11 or 12, and Kate was 9, say. And then Nikki was like fully recovered and fine, and she went back to work, and I had nothing to do that day. It was like I felt, it was a very odd feeling. I had nothing in the pipeline. I had time. So I put on my earphones, and I started taking a walk, and I was going over the Broad Causeway, westbound, and I was listening to the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
I remember.
Yeah. And I couldn't, I've never run a mile in my life, but I was walking and I needed more, and the tempo was so good that I started skipping. And later that night, I was at volleyball with the kids, and a friend of mine texted me, actually a friend of mine who I started this club with, gematria, and Joanna says, this, that, and the other, and she says, and by the way, was that you skipping over the Broad Causeway today? And I was like, I knew somebody was going to see me. I mean, I looked like a fool, but then I was like, yeah, that was me skipping. And then I made merch. And then you became my skipping partner. And we were really consistent for quite some time.
And by the way, this is not the past.
Oh, no, it's only starting.
Was that you skipping is coming back?
Yes.
And yeah, we are going to.
We're going to skip.
Yeah, skip, pray.
I still skip from place to place, but I haven't skipped on a Tuesday with you. So let's make that happen.
Oh, yeah, of course. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be an outing.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to let other people
and everyone's
join
invited.
Us. Of course. What do you mean? It's going to be a big event.
Yes.
And so that's the skipping.
That's the skipping.
And then I wanted to connect, just because of time, I wanted to make sure we don't leave the new one. So this is how you started.
That was my start.
And then the last one, and we can then go.
So this is probably more of my friend Leslie Diamond gave me this because it's Magic 102.7. For anybody who grew up here or still lives in Miami, it is the best radio station. I'm like stuck in
no commercials?
Well, yes, commercials, but that's part of the thing. It's like these kids, we're also used to like not hearing commercials. Like when you listen to the radio, you feel young again because you listened to the radio growing up and there were commercials. And I listen to Magic 102.7 religiously in my car because my car does not have Bluetooth. It's a 2007 Volkswagen convertible Beetle, and it's become my joy. I hop in it, I joyride people, I pick people up. My mother being my most frequent customer. And we get in the car, I say, no talking. And we blast music, which will probably not be good for my ears in my later years, but I think it's worth it. And I drove it here today. It's fun, it's stick shift.
I know.
I taught my girls how to ride it.
Really? They know stick shift? That's great. And you take anyone. You take your mail lady.
I do. She is really, Kathy is. And
I think I don't know if you realize, I remember your friend that passed away,
Marlon. This is her bracelet.
I remember. I want to talk about the bracelets. We have hats. We have so much
gosh,
merch here.
So many things.
But you know what I just noticed before we move on?
Here we go. 9.
2 and 7. Ta 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 ta. So yeah, we had to mention that because this is your mitzvah.
By accident, it's a mitzvah. It's really,
So I want to tell you, with cars, God forbid, there are sometimes accidents. But I think that with you, I remember through our skipping days, because we always would skip and then we walk and talk. You always used to say, yes, I have my real estate and successful or not, but that you want to have something meaningful. And you even thought about doing something with seniors, maybe people that are on their deathbed, how to help. You always wanted to do, and I think this is so you because you have so much joy in you, and it catches. You can't fake it.
No, you can't.
You can't fake it, right. And you open the door to your cute bug, and with a smile, and you literally think about the person that goes in, the type of music that they like. I know when I go on, I know the music you put for me, right? The Israeli music that I love so much, and we really, it's a therapy.
It is for me too. For it's a little, one of my very good friends. Also, it's a throwback too for people who, grew up in this climate with the top down and the music blasting, without, all the modern technology and all the new stuff that comes in the cars. It's bare bones and it's real.
I know.
And it's
and
great.
You'll forgive me because I didn't ask you before if it's okay if I will mention it, but you did mention that Nikki had her breast cancer. That thank God she's completely healed.
And then I got it too. You can say.
And then you got it too. And for you to do this was born after.
Yes.
This came after, for you to have. It didn't take your joy away.
Hachefek, you say, right?
Hachefek.
If anything, it didn't take my joy away. It elevated me.
So how do you explain that? How do you explain that it even increased?
You know, I don't know. I have another friend who had a really rough diagnosis and is doing amazing. And she said to me, she was before me, it wasn't breast cancer. And she said to me, "You're going to see, Joey, when this is over, the sky is going to be like just a little bit bluer. Wow. Trust me." And I was like, I appreciate that, but I don't think that's me, because the sky was really blue before this. It'll still be blue when this is over. I mean, that's kind of like, I think I'm a glass half full, a glass half full girl. But she was right. I mean, it sounds like, very, very cliche, but life got better, or it's the Lexapro. I don't know.
I want to tell you, when you said I'm the type of person that their glass is half full, I think that your glass, when it gets half full, you refill it.
Yeah.
That's how I see you.
You know how I refill it is I jump in the car. Or I don't even know how this hat got here. It wasn't supposed to be there. This is like an old school, I don't know if you know this label.
No.
This is Aless, which is like a very 70s tennis brand.
Oh.
And
that's another thing you do.
Yeah, so yes, when I'm feeling, I mean, I do play quite a bit of tennis and pickleball, but a paddle or ping pong in my hand brings me joy. So I know that's what I need to make me, to fill me up. A joy ride, a tennis game, a pickleball game.
So you're talking about going through literally something that is, God forbid, it's not a punishment, but it's a hit. It's a hit on the body. And this is the Torah portion where the plagues start. We want to think, God is almighty, right? Why did he need to do 10 plagues, right? Why? He could have just do one crazy plague, kill all the bad Egyptians that, or just kill Pharaoh to, the leader of all of it, or just literally don't kill no one and just take us on a flying carpet back to Israel. Right. Like, why did it have to be all those hits? So really, when you went, because even when you went through Nikki, that was a hit. That was
also a bigger hit. It's a harder hit when it's not you.
Exactly. So I want maybe for you to help people that are going through something like that. How do you get to a place where you're not upset with God, when you understand that God still loves you in all this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to answer that, because it just happened for me in a way that this is the way I dealt with it. I didn't make a plan like, oh my gosh, I'm going to stand up tall and conquer this. It was just innately how I went through it, and I got through it, and I'm better for it, But I'm sitting here wearing a bracelet of,
Oh yes, please tell me.
I'm wearing one of these bracelets is for, Ari Buckman. I can tell you that I don't know that I would, and I don't know if Rhonda will ever watch this, Rhonda and Todd, but I don't know that I would get up from that. I pray for her every day. So I think that it's hard to say how I did it. I'm not comparing the two things. I'm just talking about hits. There are some hits, I don't know. I don't give myself, you're very kind. You're giving me so much credit for, getting through it.
Because I saw you through this.
You saw me. I suffered. I did. But I don't really look at it like that. It was so strange. It was a time. It was a blip. It happened. It's behind me. That's how I see it. It doesn't identify. I don't identify with it even.
And that's how strong you are. And sometimes you look at the whole story a few years later, right? You look back. So as the Jewish people, we have so many hits still today, so many, almost on a daily basis, right? Now it's really so harsh, the way we are being faced with the hatred and the actions.
Right.
It's violent actions against us. But maybe this whole thing is coming to unite us. Because I know for you going through it, how it united your family. Your family is so united as it is. But you literally saw how everybody was like hands-on.
Hands-on.
Hands-on, and we're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
All your friends, so the community, you mentioned Ari. I think that the community is really, with them. And
I agree.
And I don't know if it makes it easier, but I think those things bring us closer together.
They do.
As people, because we're stronger when we're together. And sometimes we might, go our separate ways and forget what's important. And those things show us we have to keep together and keep strong.
Amen.
So I put in between us, because I always try to put something on this little table here. Mm-hmm. So this time I decided I am going to put this picture. It's like a little poster from Be'er Sheva. That's where I went to.
I love it.
To my university. It was in Ben Gurion in Be'er Sheva. It's in Israel. Mm-hmm. And the reason I decided I'm going to put that is because I know how much you love Israel.
I do.
And sometimes when I'm in my daily life, I'm thinking, can it be that people that are not Israelis, can they really love Israel that are Jewish? Let's start with Jewish people. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going outside of the Jewish community right now, but that are Jewish people, can they really have that love for Israel like I do as an Israeli? And I really think that you do.
I think so too. I'm so blessed I share that with you. I feel like, I'm not Israeli, but I'm a wannabe. I went my first time at 16 and I got the bug for it. I thought maybe I was going to make Aliyah, and I ended up not doing that. But I would say, cumulatively, I probably spent close to 2 years there. And I always craved to go back. I have these recurring dreams of visiting it, and once I have too many of them, I say, honey, I got to book a ticket. I need a fix. Yeah, and then I do it. Yeah. I think every time I go, I have to. The time period is getting shorter. Like, I got to go back, because it's like it's a little bit of a bug. Like I need it.
So how do you think we can put this bug in every Jewish soul outside of Israel? Do you think that trip at that age did this
I think
for
that,
you?
Yes, to a lot of American Jews who did that program. I mean, I think some more than others. I was definitely
because it's what was it? The high school in Israel?
The high school in Israel, Alexander Muss High School in Israel.
Of course, and I know Joan Muss will hear it, and she will be like, ooh.
Yeah, and then I actually went back. That was my junior year of high school. My first job out of college, I was a madracha at that program. I went back and worked for them.
That's
you full circle.
Probably did an amazing job.
Actually, I was terrible at it. I didn't like the kids were not that much younger than me, and I didn't want to be in charge of them.
You didn't want to be.
I wanted to be back in the program again.
You wanted to have the fun.
Right.
So the reason I wanted to mention it, because we are planning a trip to Israel.
Yes, I know.
This year. And I really think that it's so important that every Jewish person goes to Israel and makes that special connection, falls in love. And if you're not in Israel, sometimes even listening to things that are out there, you think maybe it's true, that Israel this and Israel is that. And maybe when you go there, first of all, you feel at home. You have that amazing feeling, and you get to know the people, and you just fall in love with everything, the food and everything about it. So I hope that this conversation maybe ignited the cheshek, the desire for people to go and visit Israel and make their own connection.
Yes.
Kesher.
Kesher.
Kesher. So many words here, my God. So I'm going to finish with a card that I have. I went to the JNF conference and I got those cards. I posted about it. You remember?
Yes.
So I decided I'm going to ask you a question because every Torah portion has a card.
Okay.
So among people who you are not related to, who has supported you most in your life, who are they? Or one person.
Not related to me.
Not related to you. Maybe Bonnie.
I was going to say, the people that come to mind right away is, Lisa Brooks was just in town, Bonnie's daughter, for a handful of days. I have some family friends that aren't related, but are family.
But they're like, when you say it, it's
like the Brookses, the Rosenbergs, other Rosenbergs. And I have two girlfriends of mine from nursery school, from Temple Beth Moshe, who I came up the pike with, and I still see them every 3 months for lunch since I'm 2. They rise me up.
Beautiful.
It's like I have to say, I honestly feel like I'm the most blessed woman in the world. There's not one thing I would change or do differently.
And that's a blessing.
Yeah, it's such a blessing. And most of it is because of the question you asked me, because forget about my family and the tribe that I do have, that I was given, and the family that chose Nikki, and I had the most beautiful family with her and my animals. I have so many animals. But it's I just have such amazing friends.
You are truly a Jewish woman. And I'm really proud for this congregation to know you. You're a member here, but to know really the type of person you are, how much you give. You give from your heart, and you do it all the way. There's no in the middle. And I thank you for it.
Thank you for those words. Very, very kind.
Yes. And until next time, when we skip, thank you so much for joining us. I know how much I enjoy this. Hopefully you did too. And we'll see you next week with our next guest, which is going to be also, I don't know how can it be more amazing than Joanna Tessler, but they will be amazing. No comparison.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you so much for having me.
I love you.
I love you back.